ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about new Bandai movie monster series reveals. I am yet again joined by...
Oh my Godzilla. Thanks for having me, man.
Always, anytime. This is a hell of a lot more fun than just doing this by myself. So first order of business, we're talking about the Godzilla stuff because that's what's more important here as a group. They say Ghidorah. He gold. He looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Looks pretty cool.
He looks better than I feel like the last couple of Ghidorah offerings we've seen.
Absolutely. But there's a caveat here. He's gonna be like $36.
Ouchie. Do you know why that is?
Well, it seems like every time Bandai drops a new winged creature for their vinyl line, the prices just go up because of the wings. That's how I view it, at least. And apparently this guy's gonna be rather wide. Like,
he does look fairly big.
Yeah, like wider than previous Ghidorahs. I don't know if he'll be taller, but he'll definitely be wider. But yeah, 4,950 yen. That comes out to, I think, like 36, 37-ish, 36 and some change, so...
That is fairly steep for just a regular old movie monster series.
You got that right.
I'll tell you why it's got such a high price is because they decided to actually make 3 separate head sculpts.
Okay, I might be capping right here, but I feel like the center head has a really, really open mouth.
Yep.
Kevin has a slightly open mouth. And then obviously the other guy, he's just got a fully closed mouth. And I'm hoping that's the case here just because that looks a lot cooler.
Yeah.
Variation.
That seems to be the case. But
I
would rather pay a few dollars more and get 3 separate head sculpts than just 3 identical clones.
Copy paste.
Exactly, yeah. So I am pretty excited by the different head sculpts. I don't, if it's a little extra, it's a little extra. I'd rather pay the couple extra bucks and get a really unique figure than just the same old.
I'm not seeing any head articulation, but it do be looking like the legs are. Hopefully the wings are, and maybe the tail. If you click on the picture in the link that I sent you, it'll take you to Amazon Japan, and Amazon Japan has like high quality versions of these pictures so you can get a bit of a better look at them.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through it right now. Yeah, I think you are correct. Yeah, it looks like the tail, I can't tell, but yeah, the whole torso up through the necks and head looks to be one solid piece.
Yeah, so I guess head articulation in vinyl Ghidorahs is a thing of the past nowadays.
Which is too bad.
We have to move on from Ghidorah because, we're all on a time constraint here. And we gotta talk about Ebirah. Ebirah's alive and well.
It's about time, man.
And he's got paint. It looks like a finite dry brushing. And maybe the arms are articulated and maybe the tail. But what are your overall feelings on Ebirah so far, what we're seeing here?
A little bit of mix. I'm super glad we're finally getting an Ebirah.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had given us some... I wish his eyes were a little more colored, because everything just looks so...
red.
It's just too... Yeah. At least, like you said, he does have some of that, looks like they've kind of dusted him with some black. They either dusted him with some black, or he was a black mold and they didn't paint parts of him.
Either way, it still looks better than Varen.
That's facts.
Not to be brief with this one, it's just there's really not too much going on here, but he looks great. I mean, this is exactly what I would expect from a movie monster series Ebirah in 2023.
Yeah, it doesn't look unreasonably bad. It doesn't look super, super good. It's just kind of
there.
As one would expect.
Yeah, and Ghidorah and Ebirah are both scheduled for March 25th at the end of next month. The next figure we're going to be talking about, I think, yes, Baragon. Holy shit. Baragon looks fantastic, but he's being released on April 1st.
There's like a little bit of a gap there between. It was like a week later.
Yeah, but the thing there is the Evangelion releases and most of the Shin Ultraman releases are also coming out on the 25th.
Say goodbye to your money, 2023 Q2.
Yeah, you're speaking massive truths here, but let's discuss Baragon because why does Baragon look so fucking good?
He looks fantastic. The face looks really awesome.
On point. I'm just I'm just mesmerized at the beauty that this lovely doggy boy is is presenting. I mean, right off the bat, head, arm, and leg articulation, possibly the tail, a great way to start it off. But the mouth, the teeth, the eyes, the horn, the fingers and toes. I'm not seeing any paint on his back that I can tell. Maybe like a white powdery paint, if anything. But for the most part, Baragon look great.
Yeah, I agree. The face looks really good. The face is definitely the highlight of the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Obviously, there's room for a little more paint detail on the body and whatever, but nothing you'd expect to really be seeing anyways. The claws look like they could have been painted a little more accurately, but you know, for a regular movie monster series offering, super good, it looks awesome. That's probably the highlight of the three in terms of how good they actually look.
I agree wholeheartedly. That still better than Varen.
Yeah.
Even though he's essentially got most of what Varen got. I don't know. Maybe I feel like he's missing color on his back, or maybe I'm just thinking of the Playmates Baragon.
I feel like he could have something. I'm trying to get a sense for what he looks like anyways, but...
Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. There's color on his back. It's like a bonish yellow going on there.
That's about what Playmates looked like.
Yeah. Bonish yellow. Yeah, he's definitely got a very lightish yellow going on. I mean, even on this X Plus I'm seeing over here, on the ears, on his back, his spikes and everything.
Future Rob here with some information. This figure is directly based on how Baragon looked in 1965, as the title of the figure would say. The color on Baragon's back wasn't present until after 1965, when the suit was converted to be Pagos, Naranga, Ghidorah, and then Magular in the Ultra series. So when Toho got the suit back, they likely just kept the yellow on the top of his head and his back, refurbished his head, the whole 9 yards, and that's why the Playmates one has yellow while this one does not. So, yeah, the more you know!
We did also get some new Goji Ham reveals today, but they are just the red, blue, and green ones that already came out. They're just metallic.
Yeah, I think I see those at the bottom of that link you sent over.
Oh, really?
In a separate... I think they were...
Yeah. Hamtaro Movie Monster Series Goji, Ham-kun, metallic red, green, and blue. Pre-orders now open. It really is just a big ol' why not there. Unfortunately, we're not done. I'm gonna make you into a Gamera fan yet.
It's happening.
This was part of a leak that we got some time ago. We're finally getting a Legion Soldier from Gamera 2 from the Heisei era. And, I mean... they look about as good as I was hoping it to. I mean, it's all black. It's got some orange accents on there. A nice grisly looking eye. I'm very curious about the articulation with this thing.
The eye looks really nice.
Oh, yeah. That Kadakawa fucking budget going on right there is really shining true with more movie monster series figures as the day passes.
Yeah, and the detail on those legs, there's on the top good scaliness, and the bottom has those good
linies.
Ribbed lines.
I'm hyped. I mean, I'm not sure if we got a Legion Soldier back in the day when the movie was first released in 1996. So, I mean, this could be something wholly new. It could be based off of a gacha. Future Rob, place that here, please. But for the most part, I mean, I'm really friggin' hyped. And I'm hoping this is about the same size as Mother Legion is. Because she was big. She was like a sub with arms.
Yeah, this thing looks like it could have some size to it, at least some height and width.
Yeah, oh, definitely width. I'm gonna have to buy more
those
shelf
back
units.
legs look pretty darn
thick. First up is Pagos. He's the one with the skull face. I mean, he looks a lot like Naranga did, so I really don't have much else to say. I don't know. What do you think of him? Since you're fairly
I really like the... I don't really watch any of the Ultraman stuff, so I'm not really sure what this guy's supposed to look like, but the head and claws look pretty darn sweet.
And it's gonna be that's gonna be a shelf buster too, because he's got a long tail and he's quite thick in the torso region. Probably my favorite personal announcement when it comes to the Shin Ultraman is going to be Gomez over here. This lovely, obvious Shin Godzilla DLC costume going on here.
Yeah, you said it and I was like, oh yeah, the body looks pretty darn similar, but now that I'm zooming in on the face, straight up, that's Shin Godzilla with some tusks in the back, and then obviously the top and sides of the head are changed, but that whole snout, like eyes forward,
Mhm.
That's literally the copy paste.
And it's perfect. It really is perfect. I mean, you could look up a picture of Shin Gomez from Shin Ultraman, and it's Shin Godzilla with a bunch of stuff tacked onto him. It really is. I mean, you can look at from the knees down on this figure, Shin Godzilla the tail, Shin Godzilla the head, Shin Godzilla. They obviously, you know, added a whole bunch of stuff to it. And since it's technically, not wholly, but technically a Shin Godzilla, I need to get it.
But I like that blue. I like the big spikes on the tops of his forearms.
Yeah,
he's definitely pretty darn cool looking.
He's decked out, all for him to just get murked by the military in Shin Ultraman. Spoilers, sorry. The next figure we have going on is Pegula. My man looks stoned.
Yeah, that face is gonna
Look at that. Look at that face. Those half-open eyelids, bro. He
looks like Justin Long in the movie Tusk. Like at the end.
He really does, though. Oh, man. Now I'm gonna have to call him Justin Long for the video if I end up getting this one. Because now March is fucked. March is Dunyan Rings, bro. Like, the paint job is interesting. I'm not very familiar with this monster to full on like critique it, but you know, for what it is, I think it looks pretty cool. I may pick it up. I just know that I'm getting Gomez. That's it. Like, I don't know if I can afford everything right now, plus hire Ghidorah that I need to put an order in for next month. But it's a rough time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things
and
be
then
expensive.
I'm not even going to bother with flying Shin Ultraman. It's Shin Ultraman and he's flying. I might pick that up solely for the meme, because what he does in his flying pose in the movie is top tier cinema. For those who know, you know. And then we got more Evangelion, which is kind of just more of the same. I mean, I was fully intending on picking all of them up. Now I'm not so sure, just because of all the Godzilla and Ultraman stuff coming. But for the most part, that's pretty much it when it comes to the vinyl figures that were announced today. Before we end this off, because we both have things to do today, which monster are you most excited for? Like, who are you just like raring to spend your money on?
They all have their individual pros. Obviously, I'm just gonna do the Godzilla ones. I can't afford to let myself start enjoying too much else, or I will have to sell my house.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So you know, the Godzilla Coons are fine, but definitely probably not those. But the Ghidorah and the Baragon both look really good. I think they're better detail looking wise, but I might have to say the Ebirah is my most excited one, just because that's such a hole in my collection. I have one little Ebirah figure.
Me too.
and so I've been wanting an Ebirah. I think he was on our list that we did. When we did that video last year.
He definitely was.
So although he kind of misses the mark on a couple of, he's just a little bit too red all over.
Yeah.
I'd have to say Ebirah, just because it's such a hole in the collection, and I'm excited to fill that void.
Absolutely.
What about yourself?
I'm yet again same boat. Ebirah. I mean, I'm very, very excited for Baragon, but when I like really think about it in my brain, Ebirah is definitely like, I hope it's perfect when it shows up. I hope the tag isn't messed up when it shows up. I've been wanting an Ebirah for the longest time, and to finally have an Ebirah that isn't, well, I don't own a Final Wars Ebirah, but to finally have the original Ebirah, very, very hyped. And I hope Final Wars Ebirah is on the way as well, just because we're so close to getting that Final Wars full cast in vinyl format. I need it. I need that validation right there.
I think it's gonna happen, man. I am optimistic.
Definitely look out for Amazon Japan links, which will be in the comment section below, not description. And then once HLJ comes up, I'll toss up some affiliate links for everybody to use and such. I have been ShinRobjira. You have been, my friend.
Oh my god.
That threw me off for a second.
You did something funny with your name, so I had to say something stupid.
I will have his channel linked in the comment section down below above all of the links. You should subscribe to him. Yet again, he gets stuff just as early as I do for the most part, whenever they don't discriminate against him, because that seems to be a theme. as of
Well,
recently.
the last couple, yeah, I've gotten brutalized. They're just sitting in Texas, man.
Yeah, what the fuck they doing in Texas? I mean, the food's good, so I can understand that, but come on.
Yeah, they just eating some barbecue, I guess.
There's some good barbecue. The best barbecue you could probably get in the world, maybe. Well, Korean barbecues. We're not going to get into food. Oh, God. That's how it happens. Please subscribe to Oh My Godzilla. That's my homie right there. He makes good content. You should watch it, subscribe to it, tell him you love it. The whole 9 yards. You can subscribe to me if you want. If this is your first time here, this is how we do figure reveals now, because I hate doing them by myself because it's boring. And yeah, links in the description below to everything, including channel. I'm repeating myself. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know which monsters you're most excited for, and we'll be picking up right out of the gate. And I'm trying to look for the stop record button and not the end button. Okay, there it is. I will see you all then and there with the next video, which will probably be later on in the week with the new Final Wars movie monster series figures. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, goodbye. Subscribe to my boy. Peace.